All right, I think we're ready to go. Hello, welcome back to the second episode of the Night Flyer podcast, kindly hosted by Dark Night Flyer. Okay, I'll cut the bullshit. Let's just say that if you don't know already, I've already uploaded episode 1. It's already up on the channel, and the highlights I also have there ready. So let me just minimize that. I have Google open in the background if I actually need to use it. Or if better yet, just put them side by side. So, last week we talked about a bunch of different stuff. So, it ranged from news, the channel, and then questions. This week is different because we're including a different section every occasion. So, this occasion obviously is going to be Valentines, even though this not getting up on Valentines. But, got to get the podcast to catch more attention, I guess. But other than that, let's just start. It's not really else to say except if you like the podcast, obviously subscribe to the channel. Check out my actual channel, Dark Night Flyer. And yeah, click the bell, all that shit. So we're going to start with the first topic today, which is, I was discussing last week about Fortnite and Apex Legends. I couldn't really give a full opinion because I haven't really played the game. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention how I have a new mic. But other than that, Apex Legends, every time I fucking play that game, man, it's so much fun. It's such a nice, it's a nice breath of fresh air in a sense, where you're just playing the one battle royale all the time. I rarely played PUBG. I only really played it once or twice. I don't know. But yeah, Fortnite's literally been the only battle royale I've been playing since probably December 2017, if anything. And then this Apex drops, lol, let's just play this instead. But other than that, this was a question from last week that I put into news. Why is it still in the news? I don't know. I didn't really think about what was in the order. I just kind of want to do it now and get out of the way. I'm bored to death right now. It's 8:42. But other than that, Apex Legends does a lot of things right and shows EA has the potential to do good things with their games. It's free for first. It has the they're listening to community feedback. They're gonna add solos and duos eventually, and they're also gonna do some other shit I heard as well. I'm not too sure about that. No, yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head what they're doing. But other than that, I've been having a blast playing it. Bangalore is my favorite character. She's just a professional soldier and shit. She's just, except when I accidentally shoot fucking smoke. What is this? The smoke shit everywhere. But other than that, there's nothing really else to say. I hope Apex keeps taking off. It's got 25 million downloads and 2 million concurrent players as of the weekend that just passed. So yeah, last weekend. So yeah. Now, a thing I had written down and forgot to talk about last week was my time in college, and I think it's important to say something. For a long time I haven't really said shit because I literally just stopped vlogging because I didn't want to. So I'll go into it now. How I've ever since we've come back, I felt so much better. Well, for the first 4 weeks. Currently, I feel like shit. I'm sweaty. I'm shirtless. I'm a fucking greedy pig eating over half a pack of Jaffa cakes and nearly half a can of Pringles. It is a shit state I'm currently in, but hopefully by the end of the week I'll be better. Especially with Rag Week, that kind of slows college stuff down a bit. And I think really I'm just worried about what I'm doing now. What I should be doing now. So I can be ready for the other assignments that are due at the end. Because a lot of my shit I'm getting right now is just for the end of the semester. Rather than being oh, this is due this week, this is due this week. We have been doing a few things here and there, but hasn't really been much. And again, sorry if you hear a lot of all that, but I can always go up to the mic like this. I don't know how loud that's going to be in post, but you never know. But yeah, I really like what we're doing. We have like 4 subjects, 3 tests at the end, and like 2 of them were worth 30% and one's worth 50. So like most of the thing is like attending the actual classes, and then the other percentage is like the assignments and stuff, which is nearly worth more than the actual exams, which is another reason why I like college, to be honest. Like, you know, even if you're not doing good in the test, even if you fail the test, you can still get somewhere, which is something I like about it. But other than that, yeah, I can't think of anything else right now. Other than, like, even though I said I'm in a shit state right now, I'm liking college a lot. And hopefully I'll get back on track this weekend. But right now I just want to rest, so once I have this done, I'm probably just going to lie in my bed or something like that. Anyway, next news. Or PewDiePie up in here. That's a tag I can use now. So, next news topic, which was requested to look over, was the nurse strike in Ireland. As far as I'm aware, nurses nationwide across Ireland have been requesting pay rise, and honestly I don't doubt it. Like, when you work as a doctor or a nurse, that's some like hard shit you have to go through. Like, first of all, you have to get so much fucking points. It's stupid. Like, if I were to try and get that points, I'd have to work 5 times more than what I got my leaving. And fuck that shit, man. You can help people in other ways than doing studying medicine and all that. But other than that, that's really all I know and I really care to look into at the moment. But, you know, if I've not done it properly, you can always tell me down below, like, oh, well, you should probably have looked at this when you talk about the nurse strike and whatnot. But, yeah. My current view, yeah, cool. But as far as I'm aware, they requested pay rise. The government did something, was like, oh, we could do this. And then they were going to accept it, but they didn't. And now they're on strike again. But don't quote me on that. Look it up. Like nurse strikes in Ireland or something like that. Probably should come up. The next one to talk about is Liam Neeson. Sorry. This just shows how much I don't research that much. But Liam Neeson and Vic Magnogana, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, controversies. And in the brackets, I have rape and Funimation. They're 2 things I never thought I'd have to read and, like, see together. So, there was something, I can't remember, I think it was Liam Neeson that was either being racist or something. Again, don't call me to this, this all alleged. I want to say that now so I don't get sued. But nobody's going to find this podcast anyway, so it's alright. Okay, no, to be safe, I'm going to look it up just real quick again. Liam Neeson and no space and Vic Mig Nogna controversy. I'm gonna look that. I think it's this one I was looking at. Well, because like I got a bit of time in college to actually research some stuff because people were like making their actual social media accounts, and I was like, sure, I have my stuff done. And like, yeah, go on, just do whatever you want now. So, it's not the same person, is it? Michelle. Again, I'm probably really wrong with all this, but so there's that. Maybe it is Michelle and I've got it wrong. I'm not too sure. I don't really screenshot tweets. I don't leave them up. I just copy and paste them into the layout of the podcast and I just do it, you know? Now, actually, real quick test. Okay, we're still going. I'd hate it if this just caught all of a sudden. I'm like, well, I don't want to do anything anymore. So yeah, Fast and Furious actress Michelle Rodriguez issued an apology after she defended her widow's co-star Liam Neeson. Neeson is accused of racism following a controversial interview where he detailed his primal urge for revenge after his friend told him she had been brutally raped by a black man. Rodriguez would take to Twitter to apologize for how she defended Liam Neeson and so on. She wrote this thing, and I think, where was it? Can we pause that? Can we not have an ad playing on the podcast? Thank you. Unless I'm actually like sponsored, but I will never be. Let's see. Just I swear I saw something else about Funimation. That's why I put Funimation there in the first place. Because I remember seeing a tweet. It was like, Funimation will no longer be working with this person. Again, I'm sorry for being so bad right now. I just literally want to get this episode out, like done and out with. It's the main theme around this is Valentines, not really anything else. Then the next theme, well, hopefully, like, I'm thinking about how I'm gonna do guests and shit so far, because it is boring just me talking by myself currently, and it's not always gonna be like a guest on every other podcast, because there's not many. But I'll explain when I'm going through channel stuff. I'm just gonna actually put that as a quick point. Now again, sorry if I touched the mic and stuff. It's all new. It's a big, nice mic, just right in front of me. You know? And that does mean I'm probably going to do an ASMR video soon. But other than that, I need to work on other stuff. I need to get the highlights 2018 done, this podcast done, and so on and so forth. So, the next one is Activision Blizzard layoff I think it was 755 people, according to Boogie2998. And wow, and I was still reading a bit of it while I was dying in between Apex Legend games and matches, and I read like how like it was meant to be like they were doing really good of money and stuff, and still they had to lay off so many people. Now, as far as I'm aware, also, this is not like actual like developers on the game. It's more of the marketing of the game. Sorry, I need to make sure my throat is clear for this, or else the podcast is ruined. Other than that, still, it's horrible to see that they're laying off 800 people, and I think they've lowered their targeted goals. So yeah, with making money and stuff, and that's kind of bad. Activision's not doing too good. First, Bungie leave them with Destiny and Destiny 2, and then all of a sudden it's like, lol, we're running Blizzard into ground by making every one of their titles like mobile. Like, God, Activision. Like, the thing is, like, I know last time I talked about EA and how like bad they were with Battlefield 5 and all that shit. But to be fair, Activision's taking their spot. And if they're not taking it now, they're going to be taking it soon. Like, especially with Apex out, like, it makes Activision look so bad. Like, compare their Battle Royales for a sec. You got Black Ops 4 Blackout, like, as the actual Battle Royale. Pretty much people, like, did pay for that. They also paid for the other two modes, which fair enough. But that wasn't worth, like, 60 to 70. Like, I know it's like $60, €70 or something like that. And that's not worth it. And then you just have Apex Legends, like, free. Fortnite, free. PUBG, 30 quid. Like, even with PUBG being 30 quid, that's still reasonable. And, yeah, just the systems work. I really don't know how they couldn't see that. Like, you have Black Ops 4, probably the most microtransaction-induced game that's been, like, created. I can't really think of other ones. Maybe some EA example would be there. But I know Black Ops 4 has, like, the Battle Pass system. They have the Season Passes. They have the other little Battle Pass yoke mobobs. Again, I'm not too sure on that. They have, like, oh god, man, it's just, you have the pay-in price and so on. And if you played the trial or don't buy any of the things, like, you get a symbol beside you saying, lol, you haven't, it doesn't actually say this, by the way, but it's like, lol, you haven't purchased the DLC. What a pleb, like. But other than that, like, Activision need to get their shit together. Like, they need to come back with Shrek games, alright? Shrek the third game, brilliant game. Can't remember shit about it, but it was brilliant. But yeah. So, moving on from that whole shabacle. An actual good thing with shutting down is machinima. And actually, before I move on, I forgot to mention with Activision Blizzard, there, as per normal in the gaming community or like gaming industry, obviously all the other ones will reach out and be like, yo, if you want like a job here, even if it's temporary, you can come over to our studio and work for a bit, so on and so forth. It is actually really good. Like, I think it was it was when Telltale shut down. A lot of companies reach out to them like, here, you can work with us now if you want. And yeah, like, again, it's really good to see that shit, like, that they, like, even if they lose their job, they still have potential to build back up from where they were from. But other than that, I just need to get my thing for a sec. I need to get my water. And we shall talk about machinima. Machinima shut down. Thank God we don't have to see it anymore. But from what I saw, there's like, it could be just like I've bought out and just be rebranded. But even if it's rebranded, it could be better than what it already is. So there's good hope for that. I've not much else to say about it, to be honest. I know there was another company, but I kind of cut them out. I wanted to cut it a bit short because I know machinima is going to catch more people's attention, like, in my opinion. So yeah. So other than that, we go back to EA, and as I talk about good things about them, they've kind of done another thing, but they were forced into it. So it's EA versus Belgium. And the FIFA points, like, not even the packs. Like, the packs I think were already removed. But the FIFA point system have been removed in Belgium. Now, I was alright with them, like, I'd be alright with games if they were getting rid of their loot box system and replacing with something else. Even like a battle pass system, or like level up every so often, get a certain amount of credits and purchase stuff within game credits. But when you remove the in-game credit system, that's less money for them, and they're probably less inclined to make that game again because of that. But knowing EA, they'll probably try and get FIFA, was it like 20 by now? Like, I don't know why, like, they're always a year ahead, but it's like, they'll probably try and get FIFA 20 out soon. Or not soon, but like maybe halfway through this year, and be like, so we didn't learn anything. We're just going to put this out, see if they'll notice it again. They probably will, and the game will be taken off the market, and they'll probably get some legal action against them, which I'm not too sure if they'll like that. So again, EA, you're doing some good stuff with Apex Legends. Just apply that to what you already have, and you could actually be a good company. Your reputation would boost through the roof. Everybody would forget about your past. And you'd be loved. You'd get money. We get good shit, good games, good systems, and that'd be all good. But yeah. And for our last news segment of today, we will talk about Roblox banning PewDiePie. Yes, an excuse again to put PewDiePie in the tags. But it does kind of annoy me when I heard from him. He went over it himself on Pew News, or sorry, not him, but I think it was Gloria Berger this time round. But other than that, like, it's weird, because like, as he said, like, when it comes to it, like, how Ting and Ting like don't make sense, like how the term service say one thing but they banned him for a thing that's not really in term service, and the game itself is already like copyright hell. Like, there's no way for anybody to actually claim any part of Roblox because it's all user-generated content and user-uploaded content. And I don't know. I've not played Roblox in probably years, to be honest, so I haven't really bothered. And I probably never will touch Roblox anyway, so yeah. Sorry, lads, if you're listening. Anyway, that is the news section over for today. And I must say, I'm more relaxed knowing I'm actually doing this now. So hopefully I'll give more conversation, give more details, and talk about shit a lot better than I did at the start. So now, instead of moving on to the boring channel shit, let's talk about Valentines. Right. Some of these things I'm going to have to look up as well. But other than that, I will just read. So, Gary Likes You, again, on Twitter, has given us quite the main, like, stuff, bread and butter of this week. And I will credit him this Valentine section because I'm not sure if I could do this Valentine section without saying who it's from. But with news, it's easier because it's like it's all over the place. But when it comes to actual questions directed towards me, there has to be more like, okay, yeah, cool, I'll acknowledge it. Sorry, I know my logic's a bit weird. You can again debate about that below. I'll debate it with you probably if I have time. But how do you celebrate Valentine's Day? Right, so I think he sent this in on purpose to get me really thinking like of the dark sorrow times I've always had on Valentine's. Now, last Valentine's was probably the best Valentine's because that's when Heart Gang came out. That shit, oh man. That, like, I have more stuff to talk about on that, but that was the best, like, time. But if I'm being honest, again, this kind of will tie in the next, like, point. But I think, yeah, this was probably around the time I was not really dating someone, but we were trying something out. So, how do I celebrate Valentine's, or more like, how do I celebrate Valentine's Day this year? I will celebrate it by going into college, doing my music marketing class, go home, and edit this podcast. Thank you for asking. Man, it's going to sound so good in the thing, in the... why am I thinking of recording? Editing software. So the next point, as I was harping on about, my 3 main crushes experiences. Now, at first I was like, maybe I shouldn't, but I've already talked about one of them in like slight detail on one of the last live streams I did last year. So why not just talk about the 3 main crushes? And I'm really dating this between when I started being a teenager and to now, like legit just current day. So first girl, actually I think I have more detail on her than a second, but blonde hair, real nice. I just was stupid though. I don't know why. I had a weird mindset. I was like, this, that, and the other. Oh, you're nice. Yeah, I'm really fucking awkward. Like, even though I'm holding words back because like I'm admitting this to a podcast. What am I doing with myself? But other than that, it's kind of no, okay. This isn't entirely me being in love with her for the full 5 years I've been in secondary, but this is more of a story of how I was happy when I finally saw a circle come round. So there was like first and second. I did questionable things. Left letters. No, not letters, but letter, and I may have tried to talk to her once or in text, and I kind of bailed, and yeah, we don't really talk about that. But other than that, shouldn't have bothered. The lad she's with now, I'm actually glad because I was alright with him. He's a good lad. I think they're still together. And once I saw them, I think it was in 5th year, and in 5th year, no, maybe it was 6th year. But I saw them together, and they looked genuinely really happy. And I think that's what I like really a lot about it. When I crush on someone, but I start to give up on them, and then I start getting where it's like, oh, what if they don't find someone? And then it's like, oh no, never mind, she found someone good. Of course, it does hurt a bit, don't get me wrong, but like at least that breaks it. Like that stops me from liking them. Like, I don't know. Now, yeah, you know what? That's the end of story 1. Story 2. February 2017. Yeah, it's not 2018. It's 2017. Yeah, this is a year prior Heart Gang. But this wasn't really a Valentine's thing. It was kind of just like a midterm break type thing. So, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna just put it like that anyway. We're both friends. I know she kind of liked me. She did kind of admit it at the start of the year. I was unsure of what to do, how to say, and what to do, and I kind of I just straight up did decline her. But at first it was kind of like misinterpreted because I said yes to what I thought was, do you not like me? And I was like, yeah, sorry. But I only managed to say yeah, and my friend, he thought I said yeah, as in I like you and all that, and got like, oh man. But this was like the time span of a few hours at the time as well. So yeah, this was like proper. No, this wasn't the start of the year. This was back 2016, I think. Yeah, and all that shit happened. And then 2017 February, when we pretty much planned a kind of date type shit. But other than that, yeah, it was an experience of a day. I won't lie. It wasn't like a proper date because I didn't really want to go anywhere. She didn't really want to force me to go anywhere either. So she just came over to my house. We stayed in my room for like hours on end, talking and listening to music and cuddling and all that shit. Some parts got a bit sexual, so I don't really want to go into that too hard. But I still have my virginity. I will say that much. And yeah, again, it was a good experience. Even her at the end of it all said like even if this was all for nothing, all shy, like at least we've both learned something at the end of this. Like you learned a lot of pretty much being with someone. I learned that I'm not really into a type of person in that sense. Like, don't get me wrong, she is grand. Like pretty much like how the humor went all the time as well. Like she bullied me and I'd like do something in reaction to it and so on and so forth. Or at least how I'm currently think of it, because I'm just staring blankly at the screen. But yeah, second story over. Third story. So this is from graduation in May of 2018. Yeah, 2018. And then we have thing. No, yeah. And then this lasted kind of till a quote-unquote midterm break during my first semester in college. So back in May, a friend invites us into her house along with two other mates. Can't remember who exactly was there, but I know Dickhead was there. I'm sorry, I'm just going to title him Dickhead for now. But, like, to be honest, if I saw him now, it'd probably be alright if I'm just like, oh, hey, bro, how's it going? But I'm just going to name him Dickhead for the reason and how emotional I was and how shit it was. Like, pretty much secondary just doesn't make you feel good. I'm just going to say that, like, for an instant right now. Like, even though I feel shit, I still feel way better than I did in secondary. And I don't know if that's just my mind trying to trick me into thinking that way. But even if it is, I'll go with it. Because I fucking would rather that than, like, actually feeling shit. But, you know, at least in college, you're usually doing something you want. Like, I know I got my second choice, but still, it's my second choice. And it's probably better than what I could ever ask for, to be honest. That water is not sponsored, by the way. But, you know, if I had a video, I'd probably have to take off the label. But other than that, third. Now, some people in my Xbox party know her as Panda. And I'm just going to name her Panda for the rest of this. I don't want to, of course, as I did with the others, I didn't want to, like, give out their name. But I did give out details the first one, but shush, we'll ignore that. Of course, the Nerd Blondie. That's why it lasted long, lads. I'm into blondes. Probably shouldn't be saying that shit, because if this found in future, fans could be disappointed. I'm actually getting an ego. Oh my god, I feel so egotistical saying that shit. It's like, oh, when I get fans, I'm never going to get fucking fans. I'd rather it just like this, to be honest. And like, at least for the podcast. But of course, my main channel, I'd like to try and get somewhere with it. But if I can't, like, that's just the way YouTube works, man. Like, I just have to put up with it. Like, when I finish my college course, I'll just get a shitty job and just, well, be shit. And then probably meet someone that'll make me better. I don't know. But other than that'll be probably like a fourth story for another day. But for now, we're sticking with three. And it was kind of like a drinking type thing. Like, I will admit it here now. Like, sure, I was underage, but I was underage by a fucking like, this is not even exaggeration. This was a few days. I was a few days away from 18. So I was like, fuck it. You know, like, it doesn't matter. And everybody else is pretty much 18 as far as I'm aware. So, yeah, that's grand. And even though, like, my parents, like, they wouldn't mind either. It's like, as long as you're not, like, you know, going out in public and being a drunk ass and, like, well, getting in trouble that way. Other than that, like, weirdly enough, I kind of found out what drink I like. And I've never ventured to other alcoholic beverages since then, and I kind of wish I do now. Like, I have the money. I could just be like, right, this week let's try this and see how it is. But I'm kind of scared to buy it in case I just waste it. And like, I don't like this. And then my parents don't like it either. I'm like, fuck, I just bought some. Literally drank one sip of, and I don't want to buy bottles either, like big bottles. I prefer the small bottle packs, or even like if I was into cans more, I'd probably, or not even into cans. If an alcoholic drink I like was in cans, I'd probably drink it like that as well, because it puts a mental barrier on you. Even though my fucking Jaffa Cakes and Pringles thing have nothing to say about that, because there's 2 Jaffa Cakes left in the box, and in my Pringles can there is like under half, I'd say. But some days it's like, let's just say like 1/7 left, you know. Yeah, and I'm looking at myself now. Like, to be fair, I only look fat because I'm sitting down, so don't judge me by that. But other than that, sorry, back to the story. I get off topic. This is where I start to like her, like, just from what we played. I won't say what exactly we played. I'm gonna keep that private. But other than that, we had a really good time, and like, anytime I cuddled her, weirdly enough, like sometimes I think I'm a fucking, I could see the future and all that, and like, I don't know, there was like a weird dream I had at one time where legit, like, it's just, I was hugging, right? And I don't know, like, I was just hugging someone random. And of course it was a girl, like, who else? What other fucking gender would it be? But it felt so real. And it matched up with her in a sense as well. And I don't know how. But yeah, again, that's why I think I can predict the future. But other than that, one sec. Sorry, I just realized I left the party on the whole time. But hopefully the controller was like muted for most of that, so you guys only really heard the intro. Um, Other than that, we're going back to here. Yeah, the story. So yeah, that's what I really liked her. So when we all woke up, um, no, actually, let me rewind. I need to tell another moment. So this is when we were starting to sleep because my the dickhead, I call him. Again, I don't really mean it too offensively. I'm just calling him that because I don't know what else to say. But other than that, hopefully that's right. I think it's the front because it always says face the mic where the blue symbol is, and yes, it's a Blue Yeti mic. But he drank, like, or I don't know what actually happened. It was kind of weird. I think he was doing it on purpose just to be from her because he was fucking obsessed with clinging to her and shit. And like, it annoyed all of us. It started to annoy her eventually once she actually saw like what was happening and how it's like affecting the friendship and shit. Probably friendship and shit. But yeah, other than that, I was like, here, I'll go downstairs anyway. I don't really feel comfortable sleeping in somebody's bed, like, without that other person actually being in that bed. And then my other mate just was like, here, I'll go down with you, like, if we can't sleep as well. Because, like, sorry, I said that as well. Like, sure, I probably won't be able to sleep either, so I'll just be downstairs. We kind of talked for a bit, and we kind of, like, were drunk anyway, so it was just, like, just kind of leaning on each other and shit. And then, like, maybe we could have got sleep, I don't know. But then all of a sudden, she just comes, like, downstairs, like, very fucking quietly, and, like, she opens the door, it's like, hey, guys, how you doing? And then she comes in, gets between, and then calls us her bitches, because, honestly, like, if she told me right there and then, like, get down on your knees and lick me dry, I probably fucking would. I really hope she's not listening to this, or else I'm, not even anything, it's just going to be awkward, it's just, like, yeah, this is why we're moving away to be closer to college, Joe. No, nobody fucking likes you anymore. No, but I don't see it as that. By the way, that's just a joke. Other than that, Yeah, and like leaning on her, or yeah, like me and her were kind of leaning on each other more than he was leaning on her. Well, yeah, he was just kind of laying on her at that point. But I don't know, it was fun, and like she explained why she was down. It's like, oh, like she just kind of felt bad how like everything just abruptly ended because he was like having a hissy fit in a sense, and just went downstairs, and she's like, oh no, I'll be back, because like he was like, where are you going? It's like, no, I'll be back in a second, just using the toilet. And no, she didn't go back. She should have locked the room, and she should have just made a break for it. No, joking. Again, I'm probably just gonna keep saying this a lot because I'm acting a bit awkward right now. Talk about lovey-dovey shit, and we're still in the Valentines section. But other than that, came downstairs, and I think that's when the first proper connection actually happened. Because like, she's small as well, so like my head was on top of her head, and her head was on my shoulder. It felt like such a touching moment for me, man. And yeah, so then like throughout summer, I started getting the same like vibes, and I probably would have said something sooner, but I don't know. I know at one point during summer we were all hanging out outside around town, and I was like, "Here, lads, I'll be back in a sec. I'm just gonna float Tesco and get some Buenos." And like, her of all people's like, "Yeah, I'll go with you in a sec. I don't want anyone going about alone, so you two stay here." I think that was kind of like a hint. Maybe maybe she did like me at some time, or she just genuinely wanted to not be like have anyone go alone. But in my head, I was like, yeah, this scenario would not happen where she tells everyone. It was like, oh my god, this fucking shit's happened. This shit's happening. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Oh my god, fuck. Shit, I'm flustered. Fuck. What do I say? Fuck. Shit. And then like, dickhead gets up and just starts walking with us, leaving our other mate behind, and he has no choice but to trail us as well. I feel so bad about that, and like, I wish he just would have let her go. Like, that's all I really wanted to fucking say, but I didn't want to be a dickhead. But finally I have it out there in a sense, so if they do watch this, hi, how you doing? That was kind of a bit of my lecture coming through there. But other than that, yeah, through summer, I still held the feeling. Then on the bus, anytime we sit beside each other, I'd always feel like good. And like, I'd try and talk as much as possible. Like, I know sometimes I don't really talk that much on the bus. That's genuine because like, if you're not talking much about shit, I can't really go off that much. Like, I'm shit at conversating in some sense, but I don't know. I think I'm getting better. I think I'm getting more sociable. Thanks to college. Thank you, college. So on and so forth. And then it came to the actual text where I was like, yeah, before midterm I was like, here, fuck it, I'm just gonna say it in text, and I don't care what happens. She's gonna say no anyway, so I might as well get it out of the way. I said it, and she didn't exactly say no. She put me in a limbo in between, and of course that kind of had me, like, I won't lie, like, for that first week, actually, I was really fucking good. And even when we went back, she was like, are you alright? I'm like, yeah, I'm alright. And then I think it was like the second week after I went back, I was starting to realize, fuck, what is happening? I don't know why I felt so much about it. But then I talked to another mate, and she was like, yeah, like, it's not fair, like, if a girl leaves you on hold like that and not actually tell you straight up yes or no. Because if it's yes, obviously you can continue with the relationship. But if it's no, like, you could just cut off. You can directly be like, all right, we're just mates again. Or, well, most of the time you're not really. But I think we're still kind of mates. It's just we don't really see each other that much anymore because of schedule and bus times and so on. But other than that, man, like, I'd like to hang out again during summer with her and a few others. You know, just before they move away and, like, I become a loner. Like, when going to college, because I can't really imagine many other people I know going up. Maybe like 2 at most, but most of them are like staying up in college. So it's like, yeah, rip. Yeah, and then I think it was like before. No, yeah, it was way before Christmas time. I finally let go of it, and even now, like, sure, I like just talk about it now. It makes me feel lovey-dovey a bit for her, but I see why I shouldn't be. And currently, my relationship status is no go in a sense. Like, I'm single, I want to be single. And as I said to my mate, quote unquote, I want to work on myself before I get back into this sort of shit. And I don't, like, at the moment, I don't really like dating websites and that shit, like Tinder and stuff. I know before with my mates, I made a joke before saying, oh, I'm going to be a virgin till 30, but you never know, it might actually happen. Other than that, that is the end of the 3 stories. That probably took up a majority of the podcast. I'm very, very sorry. And I hope that never happens again. Right. So, these other Valentine's topics are real quick. Oh my god, my mouse actually, like, turned off. That's how long I was talking. So, real quick, Valentine's history is our next topic. And, right. So let's just read some of this, right? So this is from www.history.com. And they say, for the history of Valentine's Day, every February 14th across the United States. Oh my god, about your privacy. I don't care. I'm trying to do a podcast episode. Every 14th across the United States and in other places around the world, candy, flowers, and gifts are exchanged between loved ones, all in the name of Saint Valentine. But who is this mysterious saint, and where did these traditions come from? Find out about the history of this centuries-old holiday, from ancient Rome rituals to the customs of Victorian England. Now, to be fair, this is kind of boring, so I'm going to skip a bit of it. It's mostly religious, and I don't think most people care, to be fair. It started in AD 2070 of the looks of it, and this is a bad idea. I'm not going to put this in the highlights. Let's move on. Let's ignore that happened. So, my stance on Valentine's Day. I don't mind it, but I think it's massive. Like, I think this is the government trying to make people love each other, and then they, like, have sex and shit, and, like, the more children they have, the more they have to pay for shit, and then, like, when they grow up, that's more they have to pay, and continues on. Like, they don't care about overpopulation, they care about how much money they get until the world blows up. Alright, yeah, okay, that's my stance. But other than that, like, I don't know, it doesn't really make sense. It's more like, just like Christmas and Halloween and St. Patrick's Day, it's just it's glorified, and it's like, it's so heavy with, just wanting to sell you shit for no reason. Like, Halloween, yeah, it's really just for younger children, but even adults kind of still buy shit, like the decorations and whatnot. Then for Christmas, that's massive, but at least, I don't mind Christmas in a sense, because it's like, you give a present to someone for saying, thanks for putting up with me for the year, like, in a sense, or even to someone you like and be like, yeah, here. And, like, Christmas should be the time, and Valentine's probably shouldn't exist, but then again, since it has, like, roots from the past, of course it evolved into something else, so that's where it is. So, should Valentine's Day exist? That's really up to you. I don't mind. But if I have a girlfriend in the future, which I probably will when I'm 30, I probably will be celebrating Valentine's Day with them. So, now, I was going to do another section, but I've decided, no. I'm going to cut that entirely. That will go in completely wrong. I don't even have names ready for that game, and I could make a video about that in the future. So, saving content for the future. Right. Sorry, I didn't mean to save that, because it's meant to be on my USB. Oh, no. I thought that... if that crashed on this PC, I would be like, I need to fix this PC. I need to fix it. Because, like, nothing's technically crashed on this computer. It's only really, like, frozen for, like, 2 seconds and then it's back again. So, yeah. Anyway, that is the end of the Valentine's section. Or occasion section, if you'd like to call it. This won't be around next week. But, yeah. Now we move on to the channel. And, of course, after that will be the questions, which we have 2 of this time. I've like scheduled 2 at the bottom. I was going to get another one from a friend, but you can always submit it in the next episode, and I kind of just did this out of the cusp to be like, fuck it, you know what, I have this so much time today, I should have just done it during the day instead of right now, sweating in my room with the light on at dark, and that, like, it's 9:24 now, so, when are the gaming videos, is my first thing I posed myself, and to answer that question, simply, it could be any time. I have a few games downloaded onto the onto the computer right now, and I'm almost confident they will work. It's just the audio will be a bit like, if I was to just do it like that, it just kind of like clips every so often, and like it might be a bit annoying, but at least it'd be some gaming content anyway. But the current game I have in mind right now to play this weekend is like not really heavy on moving parts, more of like revisiting history. And even for the channel, like, this is a game that was old, or like one of the OG games, not really OG games, it's just one of them games I played on the channel. And if you want a title for it, what I probably would have put it under, it would probably have been under Free Games with Joe at the time. Why I titled a series like that is beyond me, and I probably will never do that again. But yeah, gaming videos, I'm really hoping, like, sometime soon, this month, alright, I hope. If I have time between podcast episodes, next week's drag week, and so on and so forth, like, I'll be taking less classes next week because of absence of lectures and whatnot, so you never know. And I also have other stuff to edit first, like the highlights of 2018, the subscriber milestone video, and the video that's coming out today, which I'll mention again once I get to that point. So, next point is there a schedule? Now, if I'm being honest, for the Night Flyer podcast, I have a content plan laid out of what day I upload and when. Currently, I've delayed this one probably till Saturday because, like, it's 9:26. I just want to sleep at this point. So I won't be getting this on Valentines, I'm sorry, but I know there'll be a video in its place anyway, which of course I can talk about again here. And I think, yeah, the mic should be muted this time on Xbox, so nobody will be spoiled from it. But yeah, there is a schedule for the Night Flyer podcast, and there probably won't be a schedule for the Dark Night Flyer channel until summertime. So hopefully you'll be alright with that, Hopefully hopefully I'll upload more as well once I get the highlights 2018 files. Because I don't think I've mentioned this, but my laptop's under the supervision of my friend. He is trying to fix it and work around it so I can get the files out. He can fix the computer completely by wiping it clean and shit. And like wiping its hard drive and all this shit. And I just have a lot of thanks for him for doing this for free as well. Like, he's such a fucking lifesaver. Like, he actually got into the computer. He could see all the shit I had on. I was like, thanks, man, so much. But other than that, the next thing is, what's the other current content like? As I probably mentioned last week, it's kind of the same thing. Like, vlogs are now podcasts. The gaming videos hopefully coming soon. That subscriber milestone video is like an example of what I'm going to do soon. Hopefully I do a meme. Let me write that down. I actually need to put that. There's a meme I wanted to do, so my friend was saying how I should make another hit meme or a hit video meme. I will do one eventually, probably, maybe, if I'm done everything else. Fuck, I keep clicking save, but it doesn't want to save on this. I gotta like plug this mic back out and plug in the USB once I'm done this. But anyway, next topic to talk about when it comes to channel, and now it's not the Dark Night Flyer channel, but it's the podcast channel. When it comes to the podcast channel, like, as you probably already noticed, I think this episode's going to be like way longer than the last one already. And obviously the quality's better. And finally I can tell you that I got a Blue Yeti mic, fully black, and it is fantastic. Like all I'm really missing, like, if you can hear this, like, I need a pop filter for, like, when I do P's and then B's, because you can hear that P, and a wind filter to stop that. So when I'm talking the direction like this, and like you can actually hear my breath, that's not good. And yeah, other than that, like it's also evolving where I added this Valentines section, and it's also evolving where I'm trying to get other people on. I might even like invite some friends down to my house at some time, be like, yo, you want to do this thing? It's kind of for my college anyway, and gives you a break from what you're doing already. And they're like, yeah, sure, it's rag week for us, so we're going to do this. That's actually such a good idea, I just realized. Because my mates aren't coming in next week. All their lectures are off. So I'm just like, do one of you want to come down to my house to film a podcast episode? And it's for college, by the way, so this is not for my channel. I'm not desperately reaching out so I can put a girl in the title, so on and so forth. I might even get panned on. That'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? But then she'd find this episode, if she's even bothered listening to this. No, never mind. The highlights would be definitely the 3 crush stories. Anyway, moving on, we're going to talk about a bit about Joe's mixtape. I don't think I really mentioned this last week, but with Joe's mixtape, it's currently 1 out of 7. There are 3 more planned. 2 of them are planned. 1 is unknown, and that 1 unknown is what's kind of stopping its progress so far. But the other 2 I know what to do for 9 and 10. I don't know if I can really do 10 the way it is now, but I might just do something else entirely. It depends on what I'm like and what I have. Other than that, I am more than happy to check this. Make sure it's still recording. Yes, still recording. I am more than happy literally to check back through Joe's mixtape and actually make some songs resurface in different forms. And this blends into the next topic about Heart Gang music video. Now, I will admit, I did kind of rush it a bit, but this was needed, alright? Because I had this original video idea where I do a genius lyric breakdown video, but I completely grew bored of it. I did not want to fucking touch that file. And truth be told, I think some of that was... I don't actually know if it's on this computer anyway, so it was on the old laptop, so yeah. And I ended up just downloading the song Joe's mixtape, Heart Gang, and I just put it on some text, or not text, I put it on some video, and I had 2 angles. Like, I actually want to the main thing of that video is to try out angular videos. I know I did that with the video I made where I think my waifu, this man thinks his waifu is real. I kind of recorded in my kitchen and then I recorded upstairs. And I kind of like it when I do that, when I change the environment every so often, because it keeps people looking. It's like, oh shit, yeah, he's just changed location. Oh look, he changed again. It doesn't make sense why an interview would take place twice in the same section, especially after the events that happen in it. But I'm just happy enough that I got to try it again anyway. Or try it at the time and try it again now. And then I just put some like flares and shit in. The outro is probably the best part in my opinion. I might actually upload a full distorted version soon. If you guys request it down below, or even just in the comment section of the video, because I don't know, it's Wednesday currently, so yeah. Again, I hope you guys like it. I might work on a lyric video for that. I'll probably work on a lyric video for a few others, and music videos for a few others that I think suits it. Like, I'm not going to make a music video for Snow Halation, because that doesn't make sense. Unless it was snowing outside, and I was, like, away from where I live, and I wanted to record some snow, I would then do it. And probably not get, like, stunned by the police, be like, oh my god, this guy with mask. Nah, I'm joking. The Guardy actually, like, sure, some of them are assholes, but, like, they're not, like, American. Like, to put it so bluntly, I know that's put it bluntly, but to be fair, like, there's racial issues and there's so much more shit I'm not going to go into. I'm talking about the channel, not news, so let's go back to it. And the next one is, you probably, I don't know if you've seen, or if you're going to see this video or not yet, but I'm going to say it anyway. So thank you guys so much for getting Dark Nite Flyer 21 subscribers out of 25. And I say that because my original goal was to hit like 48, 49, because Joseph Nite Flyer hit that in 5 years. I thought, yeah, sure, I'm going to try and hit that in 2 years now, but I realized it was kind of impossible. I was trying to set goals too high, so I lowered the bar a bit, And I think it's a lot more achievable now to hit 25. And once you guys, like, if you guys can get Dark Knight Flyer to 25 subs, I will gladly continue that channel for another year. Because that means something's working. And especially because Damn Boy He Thick, that video has like 1.4k views. Okay, don't quote me on that. Let me look that up real quick as I talk about it. But other than that, like, it's really cool to see progress, especially with this channel. Like, thanks for 7 subs. Like, what the hell? Oh, Pyro uploaded. Sorry, I'm gonna have to watch that later. So let's look up. What was I on about? Thanks for 21 subs. I can. Oh, I'm just gonna look up Dark Knight Flyer. Damn Boy He Thick. I think the only reason you'd find me in search results is because I look myself up so often. Okay, yeah, I was wrong. It's 1.3k. Sorry, guys, for getting that wrong. I'm very, very sorry I lied to you on the podcast. Wait. No, in that it says 1.3, but here it says 1.4. What the hell? YouTube propaganda. Oh, 11 likes and 3 dislikes. Now, that's a good dislike or like to dislike ratio. I'm not going to lie to you. And at this point, I'm kind of just looking through things. Like, nobody now is in the shower. Like, you know, we'll just see what he's up to, you know. Wait, do you even... Yeah, hold on. Here, listen. Anyway, sorry, I should stop doing that. You never know if I'll get, like, mistakenly copyright claimed or copyright striked by some companies like, oh my god, you use different contents, not yours. Die, channel, die! You know? That represents every company, by the way. I'm looking at you, Sony Music. But yeah. And the last topic, as I mentioned at the start with news, how many podcast episodes do I plan on doing before season 1 ends? And yes, I'm calling it season 1 just to keep it simple. I don't want to be like, ooh, the first coming of the podcast will end at this date, this time, and this hour. With a time and hour, the same thing. Sorry. It's probably the first high quality burp I've done since the channel started. But, so how many podcasts? So you're currently watching 2. There's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so there's going to be 9, right? And then the 10th one, I'm probably going to take a break. Like, I'm probably going to take a week break from the podcast and then do it the next week. And then I'm going to take another 2-week break, I think I've planned. And then I'm going to upload the last episode, which will be 11. And some people like, why 11? That's simply because I end college at that time, you know? And stuff falls onto it pretty nicely. I forgot I don't have the USB plugged in because I don't have enough USB ports, man. I'm gonna have to buy some in Tesco soon just to ensure I have like stuff. But yeah, other than that, that is the end of the channel section of the podcast. And now we finally can move on to the questions and we can get this stuff done and over with. So, right. Gary Likes You, as per normal, asks, what games/movies are you excited for this year? Right. Games. I'm sorry, I really don't have many big examples. I know I haven't really seen Infinity War, and I would like, if I had the opportunity, I would definitely watch it. But I'd like to see the next Avengers movie. Like, I think that's out. Yeah, it's out this year. When it comes to other movies, I'm not sure. Let's see if I can look up some quick movies 2019 lists. So we have Avengers Endgame, Captain Marvel, I'm not really sure. Aladdin, that's going to be, I'm sorry, but I think that's going to be a pile of wank. It's going to be memed upon heavily because of Will Smith. Toy Story 4, that's coming in June. I have to watch that. Like, I know, like, it's kind of disappointing seeing 4 after, like, 3 being the actual ending, but, you know. Oh, yeah, and Spider-Man Far From Home. I still need to see Homecoming as well. God, I'm so behind on superhero films. I fucking love them, man. Real quick, let's extend that open. So we have Shazam. I think that was interesting. I looked at the trailer. I was like, yeah, that's kind of cool. I might actually see it, but it'd be cool to see. The next Star Wars episode apparently is due this year, so I'd say that'd be... when is that? That'll be probably like November, December time. Frozen 2 surprisingly came out with a trailer today as I record this. And honestly, fuck it, I'll watch it. Like, I actually watched the first one. And I think it's when I start to break the stereotype of, oh, you shouldn't watch that, that's girly shit and whatnot, you know? The Lion King one is weird, but that could work. Like, I don't know why I think it could work, but it could work. The Lego Movie 2, that's one I definitely... I'm sorry, I don't care what the film is about, really. I just love the stop motion and how they do it. Like, it's so clean and polished. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to hit on Lego stop motion YouTubers. But man, like, they took that and they took it to an actual film production level and made it so good. Like, I loved the first Lego film. I loved the Lego Batman film. That was really good. I like the way that worked. And, like, I love how Lego can bring together different brands as well that you wouldn't expect to come together, or different films and shit. Like, you know how Lord of the Rings, Eye of Sauron, I think it's called, like, came into the Lego Batman movie, you know, it's pretty cool. And the Lego Ninjago movie, I originally watched the series on TV as a kid, or I say as a kid, as a teen, like young teen, and I might actually watch the film just see what it's up to, because I'd know a bit of what's going on, but mostly for the Lego stop motion. And again, the Lego Movie 2, that'd be a cool one to go see, or at least have on DVD. But then again, I realized most of these I could literally just buy on YouTube for, like, rent it for a bit. Be like, hey, Mom and Dad, do you want to see this? And they'd be like, yeah, sure. We'll put on for a bit. And I'd be like, yeah, cool, I'll do that. Other than that, there's also a few more. I'm just going to go over a few more, sorry. I just have this full list here now. So we have It 2. That's probably going to cause some good stuff again. Dumbo live action, I don't think people like. Hellboy, I think that's might be a good film. I don't care about that. Men in Black, I didn't actually see if that... Again, some of these probably didn't even come out, or like aren't going to come out, but whatever, I'm just mentioning these. How to Train Your Dragon, I like the first two, I think? Yeah, there's two. And this one, I don't know what it's about, but like, again, the animation's really fucking good in that, so I'd watch it. Detective Pikachu, I almost forgot was coming as well. I can't wait to, like, see clips and shit and what people are going to do with it and how good it actually is and so on and so forth. Other than that, I think that's all the films, and let's quickly go over the games, because I know I'm excited if there's a Halo game this year. Like, I haven't really been excited for Halo since Halo 4, I think it was. And Halo 5 kind of came, I was like, meh, it's kind of alright, it's not too good, but yeah. Now, for games, I'm not necessarily into Anthem, but I'm interested to see how it goes and if it's really compared to Destiny and that shit. Because I don't know, so far I'm not really comparing it too hard to Destiny. Like, I'm still going to be probably a diehard fan of Destiny, to be honest, and especially if Bungie go in a new direction and shit, and if they don't release Destiny 3 this year, that'd be kind of cool too. But yeah, there's that. I'm just going over really ones I like. I heard there's another Far Cry, actually. I like the new pink aesthetic with New Dawn, but other than that, I don't know. Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, as far as I'm aware. I haven't really played anything of it, but I actually am really fucking intrigued how they tagged in characters from many different Disney films like Monsters, Inc. I think Frozen was announced there as well. Toy Story, and I think Jack Sparrow's in it. I'm not too sure. Don't call me on that. Then we have the next Mortal Kombat. I'd love to see, like... I don't know, I kind of watched that. I was like, yeah, cool, it's another Mortal Kombat. I'll see how that goes. I know 10 caused up a lot of good stuff when it came out. Jump Force, another game that's kind of on the radar, but I don't really care. But, you know, if it pops up, I'll see it again. If it doesn't, then I don't. I think there's a Star Wars Jedi Fallen. I can't see the rest of the title, but it's coming out. The Crash Team Racing Nitro game, that'll be really good, because I know people love the reboot, so it's cool to see that come. Wait, Luigi's Mansion 3? When they make a second one? Okay, I'm really confused about that. Like, how many games there are in that. But yeah, okay. Okay, fair enough. That's the way it is. Apparently there's a Team Sonic racing game as well. I'll probably just play that because I haven't really played a Sonic game in a while. Like, the last good one was Sonic Mania, I think. But my good last one, in my opinion, was Sonic Generations. Like, oh man, they got so much shit good in that. And yeah, I don't really see many else in that line except Doom Eternal. That looks interesting. Or at least just the fact that I've played a bit of Doom before, so yeah, I can't wait to see where that goes. What am I trying to load? What am I trying to load? Why are you broken? Go there. Why is it breaking? Stop breaking. There we go. And last question of the podcast, so I can finally end it. What PC are you planning on getting? Well, my friend, I must say I already have a PC. Or, yeah, PC, still personal computer. As I already said in the podcast, I gave it to my mate to look at. And because of that, I bought this nice HP all-in-one computer. I already had the keyboard and mouse, but they already had it as part of the bundle altogether. And other than that, it's twice as better as my laptop, and it costs $550 when it could have cost $700 for 1 terabyte less of storage. But thank God I asked. But yeah, thank you guys so much again for listening to this. I know I'm rambling on a lot of shit, and my mind's not really in the proper mindset sometimes, but I don't know. I'm starting to enjoy it, especially with this beautiful mic. Yeah, you never know. I might just do an entire episode in ASMR. Other than that, if you'd like to know more about the Nightflyer podcast, follow on Twitter for when I post up when to ask questions, updates, and so much more. Also, subscribe and turn on notifications for this channel if you'd like to hear more of me, or of maybe highlights, or even if I'm getting a guest on soon. And also follow me at Dark Knight Flyer on Twitter, at Joe's Knight Flyer on Instagram, and Dark Knight Flyer on YouTube. Well, for just myself without the podcasts. Thank you again, guys, so much for watching. I did say watching, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm too used to saying watching from videos. Thank you for listening to the second episode of the Night Flyer podcast. I think, did I say episode 2? Let's start again. The Night Flyer podcast, episode 2, ends with the Valentines special tone. Thank you again so much for listening, and I'll catch you guys around. Goodbye.